Hey everybody, let me talk in this video about Synchronized. If you remember from previous video when we talked about thread, we said okay, more than one task running on some time. So in some time we will get a problem. For example, this code in the run that have access to the file. The file only one person could access to it, but because you create multi-thread, that means more than one thread could access to it. So you will run into problem. Only one of them could access, other them will get denied. Also, you want access to the database allowed to only one person per time to just save database connection pool. So also you will run into problem because this one multi-thread, one could access to it. So what you want to do now, you want to say, okay, I want to allow only one person to access to the thread per time or for block of code. This means synchronize. So let me tell you how I do that. First of all, let me just copy this code that I have in the run. I take it and I will just me take this line, define a new method. I name it display. And let me suppose this is my method. I'm just making sure everything is okay with method. Yes, so I copy everything right. Now when I want to call this method, I just call it from the run, and here you go. And now you don't want to continue running for unlimited, you read until 10, so under 10, so from 0 to 9 you will display. Now when you run it, I did not get any difference. Same thing, to process running in some time, 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 5. They continue until they get 9, then they stop it because the count are getting 9. Let me suppose I want to say, okay, this method is shared between my classes. Why it's shared? You say, for example, access to file. So I will define it static. When define method static or variable static, that means this one is shared. So you don't have more than one copy. You have one copy from the supply. Now, when you try access, if you see name, you cannot access to it because name have to be static also. So you cannot access to something outside method unless it's static, or unless you create a new instance from that one. You say the new, so you could access to it in this way. And the name of the thread, then the properties name, you could access to it, or you could convert it to the static as you remember. You say, okay, I would say this name will be static. You know how this one works because it's shared. Now if you run it, still both of them could access to same method, but if you see in both time they use T2 because T2 is static, and when you set it second time it will affect on the second one because this one is static, so shared between two. Don't care about T, so don't to avoid making you mistake, just let me suppose only I display the timer, so I will see how the timer run. So you'll see 0 1 1 2 2, both of them running in some time. You say no, I need first one is done, then second one is started because I need them to be synchronized. So you would say, okay, I would add the word synchronized here. So when you add synchronized before any method, that means this method only one person or one class could access to it per time. When any other one want to access, have to wait until the first one done. Now if I run it, you will see he start 1 2, he start the first thread. When the first thread done, then he will start the second thread. See 9, then he will 0, he will start the second one. That means you allow only one per time to access to it. You could do synchronous for method, you could synchronous for block of code. You say, for example, synchronous for a block of code, but you give it the variable name that you want to do synchronous. For example, instance to connect to database, file name. You won't allow only one to access to it. So yes, here we're done, and see you next.